Hey guys, welcome back to another season 15 review with me, Maddy Morphosis.
And I am Miss Liza, and today we will be reviewing the very first design challenge of season 15.
Yeah, and if these queens are lucky, there won't be near as many design challenges so close together. But that's just my biased opinion. So we are just going to jump right into this episode, talk about a little bit of the drama, the stuff that's happening, and most importantly, the looks on this runway.
Yes. I will say though that most of the girls this episode, I don't think there was a single bad look.
I don't think anything in this episode is golden boot worthy.
No, I agree. We have not seen a golden boot on this episode at least.
On this episode, yeah.
There's still time.
Yeah, they still have a chance. Let's not count them out just yet.
So the very first thing we see in the workroom is Miss Sugar's elimination and her little mirror message. And what do you think about that? What do you think Spice is thinking as she goes back in?
I think Spice is thinking, well, shit.
Well, shit.
Well, I mean, obviously they came in this competition. I think logically, you know, like you guys are bringing like the same skill set and like kind of the same background knowledge. So if one of you are in the bottom, the other one will probably end up there too. So this might be something of like an inevitability.
I do think it was an inevitability because like you said, they are very similar. So their strengths and weaknesses are probably the same.
Yeah.
So if it wasn't this, I do think it would have been something else.
But Spice does not agree with the placement. She feels as though someone else should have gone home.
Someone else.
Someone else. Not naming names, but it's heavily implied. And then she does name names. She thinks Aura should have been in the bottom instead. Do you think it was the correct bottom two placement, or do you think it should have been someone else in Aura?
I think it could have gone any way between Spice, Sugar, and Aura. So, I mean, Spice isn't wrong that Aura could have been in the bottom. She definitely could have.
Yeah.
But I do think Sugar probably deserved to be in the bottom too. So, I mean, I'm not going to say riggery, but she's not wrong that Aura did bad. I'm really excited to see how Spice handles the rest of the competition without Sugar, because I mean, we've seen episode after episode, Sugar and Spice talk about how they really heavily rely on one another and that they find comfort and security in the other. So now that one is gone, how is the other one going to do?
And with that, the next day rolls around, the queens enter the workroom. Shout out to Luxx for honoring Poppy's memory, wearing her little paint palette topper.
In memoriam.
In memoriam. So the queens now have to do the reading challenge. How do you feel about this reading challenge?
You know, I'm not convinced that these girls don't hate each other.
So some of the reads did have a little more bite to them,
There's a little bit of bite, you know? Like, normally it's just like, you're ugly. You're stupid. But this one was like, Malaysia liked the flight.
Yeah. Whenever she said Yolanda shot the wrong Salina,
oh my God.
I was like, damn. Like, that is rough.
So crazy.
Yeah.
I think Luxx's read of Marcia was so good. Like, I know Luxx didn't win, but I feel like that was my favorite read probably.
Yeah, it was my favorite read of the night. It's just
it's
such a good, just solid read.
And it's just so accurate because she's been, you know, read the whole competition for her drag being really pedestrian. She said it comes from Marcia.
Yeah. I definitely agree that was my favorite read, but I do agree with Loosey winning the overall reading challenge.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I will say though, with these episodes being cut so short, this is the fastest reading challenge. This was a short story.
They said you get one.
Yeah.
One, and then you could definitely tell who was going to be winning.
Because she got more than one.
She got more than one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, Mistress got 2. Loosey got 3, I think, and then I was like, okay, yeah, she's winning.
I would love to see the director's cut, the full version of this reading challenge, because surely there's a lot of really good reads that we didn't get to see.
Yeah, these girls
because
have
of time
some
restraints. Yeah.
Yeah.
This was just like a drive-by reading. It was just very fast. It's just like, you're fat. Yeah, that was it. It was very fast.
I think there's some fights we're not seeing because these reads felt personal.
Yeah.
They've been putting them in the back pocket and said, I'm coming for you. You just wait.
Shout out to Loosey for winning the mini challenge, the reading challenge. Good job. Yeah, winning Snatch Game and a reading challenge. It's two like the iconic moments. She's won them both.
I'm so surprised because whenever the Meet the Queens came out, Loosey was not somebody that I expected to be, you know, Snatch Game winner.
Yeah.
Or somebody that's like shady.
Yeah.
I don't know, she just seems like
a loser.
Yeah. loser Loosey.
Yeah, that's what they call her.
That's what they call her.
So going into the design challenge, the queens are assigned one of 3 different houses. The house of Visage, the house of Cressley, and the house of Matthews.
Yes. Which one would you want?
Probably the house of Visage.
I think so too.
I feel like the purple and the gold, the little animal print, you could really make a lot of really fashionable, regal looking outfits. I feel like the house of Matthews, it's all resorty. You're really kind of stuck with resort wear. And then the house of Cressley, I don't know. I mean, I like a little bit of plaid, but that's too much plaid.
I liked the house of Cressley, but I agree. I think I would have wanted the house of Visage also because I think the colors are so bold, but then the zebra print is black and white, so it kind of matches like everything, you know? But I do agree, the house of Matthews was kind of just like, meh.
Yeah.
It's just very beachy, and I feel like if you don't wear a swimsuit, what really are you gonna wear?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's just straight up resort wear. But with Visage, there's a little bit more to work with there, I feel.
Agree.
You have more options. Because even with that, you could make a really beautiful, glamorous swimsuit if you wanted to. You could jump in like the other people's categories with Visage's colors, but you can't make some of those garments House of Visage is making with
flannel.
Flamingo print fabric.
Flamingo.
You know?
It's just like palm trees and like Hawaiian shirts. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to get into the looks a little bit, but I feel like House of Visage had a little bit more variety. Matthews was straight up resort wear, and then everyone in the House of Cressley's either looked like they're some take on a schoolgirl or they're from the Scottish Highlands.
They're just beer wenches.
It's just tavern wenches.
Just tavern wenches in the Renaissance Fair.
On the runway, we are starting with the House of Visage with Mistress Isabelle Brooks.
I really like this look. I think everything fits her so well. And I think it's important to note that this stuff was not 4-way stretch.
Yeah.
Like this is no stretch, presumably.
Yeah.
I'm assuming because it was a shower curtain.
Yeah, I mean, they're like ripping open couches, and I don't know a lot of couches that are made with 4-way stretch.
Right, okay, so it's not stretch.
Like upholstery.
Yeah, it's like upholstery fabric. So it's not stretch, but it fits her so perfectly. Like it's so snug and everything just like molds to her curves. So I think this is really impressive. I think she looks fantastic and I really like the purse. Yeah,
it's like a nice little accessory. I think everything looks really nice. It feels almost like glamorous Fran Drescher from The Nanny.
Yeah.
It's very Mr. Sheffield.
Mr. Sheffield.
It's still big, but also understated at the same time. But structurally, this is not my favorite look of the night. It's one of my favorites, but structurally it's my favorite. Because like you said, she's a big girl, but she made a garment that is not made out of stretch fabric, but it fits her curves so well, it accentuates her body. And you can even see like all the lining, like the paneling on that top.
Yeah, the bodice is completely lined up. You can tell with the seams that she really took her time, or she's just very skilled.
Yeah.
Because that is so perfect, the way that it's like lining up.
Yeah, she looks amazing. This is probably one of my top 3 looks of the night.
Yeah, I think she looks great.
Yeah, phenomenal. Good job, Mistress.
Good job. Up next, we have Aura.
I think it's a cute look, but it's probably one of my least favorite looks of the night.
Yeah.
It just seems like very simple compared to a lot of other people's. And it's just like the top is just a tube top, and the bottom, I would have liked it if it was just kind of a tighter pencil skirt. But something about the sides being cut out, it almost like cheapens the look a little bit. Yeah,
for me too. I like how she looks. I like the scarf a lot, and I really like the tiny little sunglasses. I think those are super cute. But like you said, the top is it's just kind of a tube top. And then the skirt with the open paneling, like you said, I would have rather it have been a completely closed off skirt, or I would have rather her have taken that like the rope,
the curtain rope.
Yeah, I would have rather her taken the curtain rope and kind of laced it up the sides of the skirt, just so it kind of filled in that space a little bit, because it just kind of looks empty. It almost looks like this skirt, she just sewed it too small and she was like, zzz.
Yeah, like she ran out of fabric.
Yeah,
and she was like, I guess I'll make like a little front back cover.
Yeah. So it's not my favorite of the night.
And I also like the scarf. I like the idea of the scarf, but I wish she would have worn it differently because of the fact that it's made of like a reflective gold fabric, and the way she has it laying, whenever she's walking out from the front, it looks like she's wearing like a cape.
I don't mind it. I really like it actually, because I think her whole group, the House of Visage, they all have capes.
It's not that it looks like a cape, it's that it specifically looks like a superhero cape. Because the reflective gold, it's, you know, and like, it's the way she's having it laid. I just saw like the gold flaring out and around her neck, and I was like, she's wearing a superhero cape right now?
Well, she has to fight crime after this.
I guess. And just to reiterate, we're being very nitpicky with these looks. These are all like great looks, which is why we have to be a little nitpicky about everything.
Yeah, because everybody looks good. So it's like, how are you going to critique it if you're just like, yeah, everybody looks great?
Yeah. And also, I know what my outfit looked like on the design challenge. I am fully aware, but I am judging this as a spectator just like the rest of Drag Race. And as an expert, as someone that knows what it's like to be in that moment.
Yeah.
So don't come for me.
You're also
I'm aware.
An award-winning designer.
And I did win an award for my design, so thank you. I know a thing or two. Up next, we have Amethyst.
When she first walks out, it's very striking. Because of all the reflective gold, it looks very impressive. And I think this is the best Amethyst has looked in the face.
Yeah, she really softened it up.
She really softened it up, and I think the black hair is very flattering on her. So I think it's the best she's looked in the face. I think she looks gorgeous. But the outfit, I feel the closer you look at it, the more you kind of see how much it is hot glued.
Yeah.
And not really constructed.
Yeah. Amethyst, she mentioned while making this that she's not a seamstress, she doesn't know how to sew, and we're seeing the ramifications of that because, again, like this outfit when she first walked out, it's very striking. But then as she's like getting closer to you, you start noticing a lot more of the details. Like on the skirt, it's just like a raw edge. It really is just kind of like a long piece of fabric that she draped over herself and then tied it off.
Yeah.
And you see like just the exposed edges, it makes it look very cheap. And then I feel like because she's not secure in her design skills, that she started to try to compensate for that by throwing too many things.
Just like random things.
Yeah, like she put like the gray scarf that kind of clashed with everything, and then she also has like that little bit of like frill on the edge. One of the judges was saying, I think it was Michelle that mentioned that it caused like bunching underneath the garment because of it. Yeah, I think she just threw a little too much at it.
I think she just, like you said, got insecure about her design abilities. And she did say that she doesn't know how to sew and she doesn't have an eye for fashion. So I think she kind of just threw things at it, hoping that it would land. And unfortunately, it didn't.
Yeah, I mean, like with me, like I knew how to sew, but I also didn't like have the biggest eye for fashion. I'm more about kind of like characters and stories and stuff, which is like my design challenge. I was like, I know I'm not gonna make the most fashionable garment. Maybe I can tell like a story. And I kind of wish she would at least try something with that because she just tried to do fashion. And like I said, it's one of the cheapest looking outfits of the night. And it's almost like the outfit she lip synced to last time, like the big gold one. This is like the unevolved version, like the one right before that. Yeah, this is like the diet version of that.
Yeah, definitely.
But her makeup looks good. She did take the makeup advice and like softened up the nose, and I think it's the best she's looked. But it's one of my least favorites of the night.
Mine too.
Yeah.
Up next, we have Spice.
So Amethyst was one of my least favorite ones, and Aura also, but this is my least favorite outfit of the night. This is my least favorite one. Because this feels like the slutty Halloween version of Aura's. I feel like Aura at least went for like a little bit more of a fashion moment. She tried to make it very resorty. I feel like House of Visage, their group, is trying to make like a collection for their house. Whereas I feel like Spice made an outfit that's her. It's a little bit too on brand for her and not on brand enough for the rest of her group. It's still that kind of Y2K, very simple. And where Aura did like a tube top and like a little half skirt, she just made an even shorter tube top and shorter skirt. And I think if it wasn't for like these little stringy bits, like on like the side of the skirt and in the middle, then it would be just like the cheapest looking outfit of the night.
Yeah, whenever Spice first came out, I was like, wow, she looks great. Because her makeup looks fantastic. Yeah. The hair is super cool. But then from the neck down, it's just kind of, like you said, very underwhelming. And it is just a piece of fabric that has a single button on the skirt holding it together. And then, I don't know, I feel like there is a way to make this more fashionable. Like, I wish she would have had maybe straps coming up her feet, up her legs, and like maybe some gloves or something. But I agree. This was her opportunity to really step out of her box and make something a little bit more than usual. And she's kind of reverted back to what she normally does. Yeah. And I think it's to her detriment. I agree. Yeah. This would have been a great opportunity to see like a different aesthetic or maybe a different silhouette or, you know, she relies on her body a lot, which is totally okay. But I think this would have been a great opportunity to do something that was a little bit more covered, just to show a little bit more versatility.
Mm-hmm. She looks great, but again, like, it's probably my least favorite outfit on the runway tonight. Up next is Luxx Noir London.
This is probably one of the best design challenge designs I think that I have seen on Drag Race, because it just looks so good. From the hair wrap all the way down to like the zebra print pants with the cape and the drapery and the gold accents. I think she just completely knocked it out of the park. I think she looks fantastic.
Yeah, this is my favorite look of the whole night. And like I said, like going for like that top that goes into the cape and then like the matching head wrap. And also like the animal print pants and the fact that she got the fabric to line up and be symmetrical. This is so detailed and nothing seems too busy or out of place.
Everything looks so purposeful.
Yeah, it's so extra, but it's not gaudy. And it's just, I don't know, it's pleasant to look at, and she's so great at selling it.
She looks fantastic. Oh, like you said, selling it, so good. Like, she is that bitch and she knows it in this moment. Like, I think she did phenomenal. Yeah.
No, she did great. She bodied this.
Bodied it.
Not much more to say. She killed it.
She killed it. Starting off the House of Cressley, we have Miss Robin Fierce.
This is also like one of my top 3 looks for the night. She looks amazing. Robin, we've said it before, she has not missed as far as her looks. For me personally, I don't think she's missed yet.
Me either.
She looks amazing. It's not crazy extra, but I think she did so many little small elements that make it really fashionable, like having like the little shoulder piece, then having like the skirt kind of be asymmetrical. I'm not the biggest fan of the boot being like the high black boot, but other than that, like I love this entire look.
Yeah, I agree. It's nice to see Robin because I feel like I haven't seen her in like 2 episodes. She has just been completely cut from the edit, I feel. No confessionals, like no screen time really. So, which is surprising to me because I feel like every time I see her, like you said, she looks great. Yeah. Like she looks fantastic. This is great. Yeah. I really like the balance of the big shoulder and the big skirt. Like you said, I think the only thing I don't really love is the boot, but in her defense, she probably didn't pack, pleather, brown pleather or blue flannel thigh-high boots. So, we'll give her that.
Yeah. No, I really enjoy this look.
I enjoy it too. So far, it's one of my favorites.
And following her, we have Jax.
Jax, I don't care what they say. I don't care what the judges think. I liked it. I think she looks super cute. I think the construction of the garment is really great. Like the pleating of the skirt looks great. I like the jacket. I think the only thing I don't really love about the look is the hair. And
I am dressed also as a lesbian punk rock schoolgirl in solidarity because fuck what the judges say. I really enjoy this look, this character. Yeah. It's not one of my favorite outfits. I do not think she's not one of the tops with it as far in my opinion, but I do not think she should be in bottom 3. I think it's a solid look. She did a great job with like the paneling of the skirt and like the boot that kind of matches that red plaid. And I like the hair with it, like a little punk rock. I wish it was a little bit bigger.
Punk rock.
But punk rock.
It wasn't one of my favorite looks, but I don't think deserved bottom 3.
No.
There was definitely way worse outfits than that.
No, they did her dirty. Unless the judges saw something we didn't, I'm not understanding why this was bottom 3.
I don't know. Maybe she just didn't sell it, but it looked like she did. Like the whole story of like the...
Yeah, she's like schoolgirl, croquet. She's kind of,
Lezzing out. It's giving very sapphic vibes, and I'm really here for it. Yeah. Maybe that's why the judges don't like it. None of them are sapphic.
Yeah, they're haters.
They're haters. Sapphic haters.
Yeah. Jack, we see you. We appreciate you. We got you. You are seen. You are loved. And walking that fucking duck, it's Anetra.
Okay, first things first, I'm an Anetra stan. She is one of my favorite queens on this season. That being said,
read her.
This is one of my least favorite looks of the night. I don't think that hair color is very flattering on her. I'm not vibing this time.
Yeah, with like the blue plaid, with a little bit of like the leather, like the asymmetrical skirt at the shoulder, this feels the same way Spice felt like the slutty Halloween version of Aura. This feels like the slutty Halloween version of Robin Fierce.
Robin, yeah.
It's the same vibe, but with a lot less fabric. And it's not giving me as much as like Robin's did.
Yeah, it's not really doing it for me. Like,
it's not one of my bottom 3, but this is definitely a low safe for me. I think
low.
It's a well made. It's low. Is it bottom 3 low?
Maybe 4. Bottom 4.
That's what I'm saying. It's low safe. Like
low
it's low safe.
Yeah, low safe.
I think it's well constructed. I think she looks good. If she wore this to like a performance, I think I'd live for it.
I'd live.
With it being like on the runway as like a fashion moment, it just feels.
It feels lacking. Like it feels like it's not quite there. Like there's not quite enough fabric, and I'm all for showing some skin. If you know me, you know me that I show skin. So it's like not really that. It's just that it feels unfinished.
Yeah, it feels like Robin took all the fabric. She had to make something out of the scraps.
Robin said, "Have my scraps."
Yeah.
One thing Anetra is gonna do though is lick her hand and slap her pussy.
She has a brand at this point. Yeah.
She does. It's like every single time she's on this stage, she does it at least twice. Up next in the House of Cressley, we have Salina EsTitties.
So with this one, I really enjoyed this cover-up she started with. I thought it looked really cool. It was very different from everyone else's kind of understated looks. Something a little bit bigger. And it definitely fits the theme of the group. And I thought the outfit she had underneath was serviceable. The outfit underneath was not one of my favorites, but I thought it was okay. I really like that she tried to get like innovative with like the reveal. Very like Violet Chachki, kind of opens up into something else. My problem with it though is I would have preferred if that jacket came off and then she just threw it aside. But the fact that she had it as like a train little skirt moment, it was just too bulky. It looked almost like she was just dragging a sleeping bag behind her.
I feel like I'm usually a Salina hater. Like every week her runways just don't really do it for me. But I really liked this.
You liked it?
I liked it.
Is it one of your top looks?
It's not one of my top looks.
Okay.
No. But I really like the functionality of it. Like I like the fact that it was originally a cover-up and then now it's a cape. I really like that. I think it's super cool. I think it's not something that any of the other girls did. I think it takes a lot of effort to make that even work. I will say though, one of my biggest issues with most of the runways that Salina has is the fit of everything. And I think it happened with this again as well. Like the outfit underneath the cape poncho thing she had is just so loose and bulky that I agree with you that it makes the train just seem too bulky.
Yeah.
I feel like if the outfit underneath was smaller, fitted a little bit better, maybe a little bit tighter around the waist and the shoulders, it would have made the sleeping bag like the main star. You know, like the statement piece of it.
And I will defend her from the judges. I don't think this look should have been in the bottom.
No.
I don't think she should have been lip syncing tonight in this look.
Definitely was safe to me. Definitely not bottom 2.
Yeah, between her and Jax, I feel like the judges are getting a little shady. I don't know what they're seeing that we're not seeing, but yeah, this is not a bottom look.
No, not for
me. This is
either.
a solid, safe look.
Me too.
Up next, we have the House of Matthews. And first up is Sasha the Body Colby.
The body is right. It is serving. It is feeding us. We have been serviced by this body.
Our hunger has been satiated.
I'm full. I don't need to eat again because I have eaten today.
Yeah.
She looks fantastic. She looks great. Normally, I'm not one for just like a swimsuit. Because I feel like the whole point is that you design something and create something that's a little bit more fashionable than that. But I think the cape that she made, like the little cover-up, really ties everything together.
Yeah. Whenever I saw like all the prints and everything that they had to use, I was really worried that people were going to come out wearing like swimsuits. And that's the first thing we see, but I think she did so well with it. And like with the green like palm tree fabric, it's very reminiscent of Carrie Colby wearing the J-Lo dress. You know, family resemblance.
Affair.
Yeah, family resemblance. But yeah, it's like she looks amazing. It's a well-made swimsuit, but then that cover up, like you said, it looks so good. And the fact that she lined it with the pink fabric, she is a seamstress. She knows what she's doing. And that pink fabric on the inside, it creates almost a backdrop and it makes the swimsuit pop even more.
I agree. I think that pop of pink just really makes everything a little more elevated than just a simple bathing suit with a white cover up. You know, I think it's fantastic. She looks great. And if I had to see a bathing suit on anybody, I'm glad it's Sasha.
Drag the other girls.
Well, I mean...
Yeah. I also love too that she's wearing a swimsuit and like thick, heavy pageant jewelry with it.
Yeah, she's like no clothes, but heavy jewelry.
Yeah.
Up next, we have Loosey LaDuca.
I think she looks amazing. I love like the outfit, like the proportions are good. Because her body is always amazing and it looks good on her. I'm not the biggest fan of the clashing prints because with like that little bit of green foliage fabric she has on the sides, but then it has like the blue panel, it clashes a little bit for me, but I still like the look. It's not enough to take me out of it, but it does kind of like, when I'm looking at it, I'm like, you have to like second guessing like in my head. I
actually really like the abundance of prints. I think there's a really fine line when you're working with really bold colors and prints between fashionable and you can kind of go into the territory of tacky really easily. But I feel like Loosey really towed that line really well because first of all, whoever does her padding, like call me.
She doesn't wear pads.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Just eating good.
Yeah.
Yeah, first of all.
Yeah.
But if you were to wear pads, give me a call because the body is right every time. But I really like it. I think it's busy, but I think it works because she has like the yellow on the pants and then just the tiny bit of yellow in the undershirt. I think she looks great and her makeup looks fantastic and the hair that goes with it. She really does look like that drunk aunt.
Yeah, it's like, while a lot of the other queens try to be like very fashionable, like I'm beautiful at the resort, she's fully leaning into this brand of just like, I'm a newly single mom ready to put myself back out there.
Yeah, she looks like a divorced mom.
Yeah.
It's like she should have like a glass of wine in her hand. She's like,
Yeah. Yeah, I think she looks really amazing. Like I said, like the fabrics clash a scotch for me, but I also can't imagine how else she would have done this to make it not clash with the fabrics they're given. I think she did amazing with what she was given. She looks good. It's not one of my top looks, but it's definitely one of my high safe looks.
Yeah, I think it's high for me. I think she looks great.
Up next is Malaysia Babydoll Foxx.
So I will give it to Malaysia. She says that this is the very first thing she has ever sewn before. So taking that into consideration, she did a fantastic job.
Yeah.
The very first thing that I ever sewed was supposed to be a leotard for me, but it ended up looking like a baby Gap, like onesie. It was like this big. But other than that, it's not my favorite.
Yeah.
I think that the long cape with just the uncut piece of fabric is not really doing it for me. And then the dress is like not really doing it for me, honestly. Like it's okay, but it's not great.
Yeah. I think she did a good job with complementing the fabrics. I think that green florally, the green leafy fabric with like the pink, it is like a good little pop of colors. I think, how she cut everything up, it looks nice, but there's just like a few things I would have liked to see different. Like I think with the outfit, I would have liked to either see that dress go a little longer and be like a little T dress, little T skirt, or I would have preferred it if it was like almost like a swimsuit, because this feels almost like a swimsuit cover up.
Yeah.
So I think either go full resort or go full church lady.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, if I was thinking about wearing a swimsuit and then I saw that Sasha Colby was also going to be wearing a swimsuit, one of us would have to change, and it would be me.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah. But like you said, like the biggest offense for me is like that cape.
Yeah.
I like the idea of it, but because of the fact that it's just a single laid piece of fabric with like raw edges, it's the same problem I had with Amethyst, where because it's like the unhemmed edges, it really cheapens the look.
I agree.
It makes it feel more DIY.
Yes, exactly. It feels very DIY, which I mean, it was. So, but it's not my favorite. For me, it's very safe. It definitely isn't high for me. But I will say, again, very first thing she ever sewed. Great job.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not one of my, I wouldn't put it in my bottom 3. And it's not my bottom safe, but I would say it's like one of the lower safe ones for me. I think she did a great job considering, but it's just not
fine.
It's just not clicking completely for
me.
It's
just okay.
Yeah, she did good considering.
Hot off the Marshall's clearance section, we have Marcia.
I think she looks good. And I think it's a solid outfit. This is like not one of my bottom ones, but it feels very safe. It's very on brand for her. But I don't know, I just would have liked seeing something a little bit different. It feels it's a safe look. I think I would have liked to see like a little bit more orange, maybe on the top of the skirt, just kind of break up the leafy silhouette a little bit. Because she has pops of orange, but maybe just like a little right there. It might have kind of
I agree. I think the orange would have looked really nice on the shoe. because the orange, she has the sunglasses, the necklace, like scarf, ascot kind of situation. And then, I mean, a little pop of color right here, but then the entire bottom half of her outfit doesn't have any orange at all.
Yeah.
So I would have liked to see maybe the skirt hemmed with like a little trim of orange, or maybe a little wrap of orange around the shoe area, something like that. But overall, I do think it's very safe. I like the movement of the circle skirt. I think she looks gorgeous. I like the vibe of it, but it's not revolutionary.
Yeah, or even if she lined the skirt with the orange fabric, or had like an orange
Oh,
panty.
that would have been cute.
Because she does like a spinning moment.
Just,
If you saw like
see
the pop, it would have made it more of a moment. But yeah, I think it's a solid look. I think it's well made because, you know, it is something that's very flowy, but it doesn't feel baggy.
Right.
I think she did a good job making it, but you know, it's just like, this is probably like my very middle like look.
Yeah,
it's like right there in the middle safe.
It's safe with a capital S.
Yeah. She looks great, but it's, again, like not revolutionary.
Right. Yeah. So that is it for our Fashion Week 2023 of RuPaul's Drag Race. Maddie, which one was your favorite?
I think we can both agree that Luxx was the favorite.
Definitely. I feel like there's not even a competition for this one. She looks great. Yeah,
there was a lot of amazing looks here. No one had a bad look. There's no golden boots here, I would say. But I think Luxx really stood out. Like, she had like the most, it was so extra, so well made. It's so like, I wanted to look at it again.
Me too. Like
I needed another look.
Me too. Like, if she wore it again, I'd be happy. You know, like, this isn't one of those things where like you do a design challenge and then you immediately throw it away and you never wear it again. Like,
like I did.
Like, I feel like you should take that home and wear it because it's so nice.
Yeah. Luxx won the challenge, which we both agree with. As far as the bottom two, they put Salina and Amethyst. How do you feel about the bottom two?
I definitely don't think Salina deserved to be in the bottom two. I do think she was kind of safe. I do think that Amethyst deserved to be in the bottom just because it just was not on the same level as most of the other girls in this challenge. With Amethyst, I probably would have put Spice or Anetra.
Or Anetra?
Oh, I don't even want to say it.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Well, I think Anetra's outfit was well made enough that I would have kept her out of the bottom. I definitely agree with Amethyst being in the bottom because her outfit is very much a gold piece of fabric tied up.
It's very shower curtain with cookie cutters.
But with that being said, I don't agree with Jax even being in the bottom, nor Salina. I think them two should have been safe. I think bottom three should have been Spice, Amethyst, and Aura.
I could see that too.
And with that, I think the bottom would have been Amethyst and Spice for me. But honestly, like it kind of teeters between Spice and Aura. I really think they could have gone either way, and I would have been like, yeah, I could see that. Which is so ironic because like my two favorite looks was Luxx and Mistress Isabelle. They have my two favorite looks, but the other three people in the group have my least favorite looks. They were such a polarizing group for me. But nonetheless, we get our lip sync, Amethyst getting kicked like a dead horse, and lip syncing once again.
It's so sad because even at the beginning of the episode, you know, you're going through all your stuff. You're like, God, I can't sew. I don't have a good eye for fashion. And then RuPaul comes over and he's like, why are you even here?
Yeah, she was probably very demoralized.
Demoralized, like even going into it, like everybody I feel just kept reminding her that she really needed to do well. You have to do well. That's a lot of pressure.
Yeah. And
she ends up in the bottom again.
Yeah.
So.
And with this lip sync, I could tell by the confessionals and the way Salina looked at that camera.
She mad.
She was about to eat Amethyst's lunch, and she did. The lip sync, she did not body Amethyst. I think Amethyst really held her own. But I feel like Salina and Amethyst were both selling like the exact same performance, but in slightly different levels.
Like at the beginning, they even like did the same bit where they took off their cape and like threw it off, and it was like, haha.
Yeah, they did like the cape moment at the same time.
The splits, the double splits, the humping.
Yeah,
like,
they were both giving like serious moments, but then like breaking down dancing and then splits, like everything. It's like they both bought this performance from the same store.
Yeah.
But I think Salina bought the slightly better version of it.
Yeah, it felt like if Salina was at a 10, Amethyst was at like a 7. You know, it just kind of felt like her whole passion for it was not really there. Yeah. Like it was kind of like, I wouldn't say it was going through the movements because I do think she did better than that.
Yeah.
But it definitely felt like Salina was more high energy and kind of had a little bit more fight left in her.
Amethyst really held her own, but at the end, I do agree with the outcome. I think
Me
Salina
too.
won that lip sync. And, you know, with this many lip syncs, I can't imagine doing another lip sync next episode. So I feel like at this point, to let Amethyst go was almost like a mercy killing.
Woo.
You know, it's just, you can't put her in the bottom again.
Not Old Yeller.
Being in the bottom is so psychologically like draining.
Yeah, I bet.
To do it 3 times in a row, to do it again.
I can't imagine, like, you go there and you're like, God, I'm gonna do my best, and then you get hit 3 times in the bottom. Like, I feel like at that point, I might have, you know, like, mentally kind of checked out.
Yeah.
You know, like, what at this point, why am I even doing this, you know?
But overall, good job, Amethyst, but alas, your time has run out.
Yeah, I do think it was her time. I do think it was her time.
Yeah.
So.
But with that, that is the end of episode 5.
Well, okay, so we have 12 queens left. Now we're at a dozen. Who, just based on what we've seen, who at this point would you say is your top 4?
Probably Mistress, Loosey, Sasha, and the 4th for me is either like Anetra or Luxx.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Anetra just because I feel like she can really, it's gonna be hard to take her out with the lip sync.
Yeah.
But I also don't know what Luxx can do.
That's fair. You know, I really want to see Sasha and Anetra lip sync against each other. I just feel like that would be
like the worlds collide.
Like, I just feel like that would be everything.
Clash of the Titans. We haven't seen Jax lip sync yet, and I can just tell Jax is gonna be, because I know what Jax can do outside of this. I've never seen a whole performance, but I've seen some of the things she can do.
Well, first episode she was doing fucking backflips and shit.
That's true. So it's like whenever her life is on the line,
Yeah,
like, what
what's
is she
she
gonna bust
do?
out? Yeah.
My top 4 is Sasha, Mistress, Anetra, and then the 4th spot I think could go anyway between Loosey and Luxx. Those are my top 4. I'm leaning more towards Loosey at this point because I feel like we haven't seen a lot of Luxx. Those are my top 4. I'm gonna go with Luosey.
Okay,
I'm gonna go with Loosey. Locking it in. Mistress, Sasha, Anetra, Loosey. Those are my top 4.
All right, we'll check back in next time.
Yeah. 4 weeks from now, we'll check back in and watch them all be gone.
Yeah, see how wrong we were. All right. But that is the end of episode 5. Thank you all so much for tuning in. If you want to see more of our reviews, tune in next week and the weeks after for all the episodes. And if you want to follow us on other social medias, you can find me at Maddy Morphosis.
And I am at the Miss Liza. As a reminder, this is just our opinion. It is not fact. It is not set in stone. If you agree with us, let us know. If you disagree with us, let us know.
And also, do not send the queens hate. Even if you thought they looked fucking atrocious this episode, send nothing but kindness. It's just drag. It's just a TV show. If you love them, support them, like their stuff, send them loving messages, buy their merch. If you don't like them, move on. It's not that serious.
Not that serious. Send nothing but love and light to all these queens because it is fucking hard to do drag and much less go onto a national platform like this and be judged by icons. Nobody needs additional hatred.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in and hope to see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye, guys.